Hello there, everybody. It's me, your Star Wars dad, and the Datacron Set 6 information just came out, so I thought we'd go take a look at it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's do this. Let's just take a quick look through this. So I looked fast. It's Droids, Scoundrels, Inquisitorius, kind of focused around Dr. Aphra, right? You got Aphra, Hondo, the BT-1. You got the Dr. Aphra characters coming into play here for the Datacron. They're trying to get you to go date Dr. Aphra. They're trying to get you to get the Inquisitors, do all this stuff. For me, this is going to just be Droids, HK-47, IG-86. I have not seen... It's been a long time since I've seen an IG-86 reference. We're talking like... That team was a meta back, I think, against Palpatine. So you're talking like 2016, maybe 2017. You had HK lead with IG-86 in there. I can't even remember who else is in there. Maybe IG. There's no more IG. I don't know. IG-11 now, but that was not back then. Anyway, you had a droid like counter meta to Palpatine back in the day. Scoundrels IG-88. So there's IG-88. Mob Enforcer if you got it for Jawa or Jabba. Droidica, Canderous, Ordo. So for me, and probably for a lot of you, this is going to be HK-47, Droidica, and IG-88. A lot of these other characters are just pumping in their bed. But let's take a look at it. Offense, critical chance. Okay, that's common. Alignment mechanics. Spoiler. Dark side characters. Start the counter. The weakest ally gains 20% turn meter for every ally. So you can just have your weakest. So I guess your weakest ally is just going to go first. Weakest is always least amount of health and protection. Effects for dark side characters, so it's all dark side here. This is a dark side Datacron. Wasn't the last one a dark side Datacron? I've got it for first order. Was there light side part of that? I'm not sure. Whenever they use a special ability, they gain evasion up, health steal up. Okay. First time a tank ally is defeated. Oh! The first time a tank ally is defeated, revive them 100% health, reset their cooldowns, and they gain a bonus turn. Limit once per battle. What kind of tanks? It's dark side tanks. I'm trying to think here, like Imperial Royal Guard. This could be a huge Lord Vader buff. If you're reviving with 100% health, I wonder if that includes the bonus health you get from Lord Vader. So if you have like Royal Guard in there and he revives... That could be really nice there. I'm trying to think of other places that could work. Well, you could have KRU. You could have KRU or First Order's Trunk Trooper reviving for the First Order team. That could be really, really nice. Whenever allies use a basic ability, they gain critical damage. Yeah, whenever they use basic, they gain speed up for 2 turns. So gaining a bunch of buffs based on what you use. Effects for droids. Whenever a droid damages an enemy with a basic ability, inflict target lock for 2 turns. The enemy uses already target lock, inflict breach and buff muse. So this could be nice for like a Grievous team. If you're inflicting target lock with basics, then nobody's ever gaining turn meter on the other team. Effects for droid characters. Whenever an enemy is defeated by an ally, that enemy can't be revived. Okay. Whenever an ally defeats an enemy, they take a bonus turn. That could be really sexy for Grievous. He's just going around like assassinating everybody. Whenever they deal damage to an enemy, no other enemy's ability blocked inflicted. That's weird. That's one of those fluffy. Whenever an ally deals damage to an enemy and no other enemy is blinded, inflict again, weird. Just these. Whenever they inflict them and no enemy is marked, inflict marked. That could be okay. Then if you get this, you could pick a mark. It'd be like kind of having Jedi Revenant right out of the box. You pick a mark and you go after it. Whenever they fall below 100% health, they gain a bonus turn. That's not too bad. That's for droids. Scoundrels. Scoundrel. The first time you meet Scoundrels uses a basic ability to reset their cooldowns and gain 100% turn meter. Limit once per character per battle. This could make your CLS team even better. That's interesting. Whenever an enemy is defeated by an ally, the enemy can't be revived when they're defeating enemies. Okay, same stuff as before for Scoundrels after that. No, so the first one's different. And then for Inquisitorius, if you got Inquisitorius, they're going to gain a bunch of potency, which they're going to land all those purges so much. They, at the start of each ally's turn, they dispel all buffs and inflict health down for 2 turns on all enemies inflicted with Purge, which can't be resisted, then all the rest is the same. So those are nice. I like the droid and the scout. Man, I tell you, I'm trying to think of a scoundrel. Well, if you throw those, I don't know, what's his name's kit? Oh, I'm going to look it up here. We'll look it up while oh gosh. Empire, alright, I can never remember the dude's name. Effects for BT1. See, I don't know. I don't really know much about BT1 and OO. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna leave this to you guys who have wailed for these two guys. Look at those. Imperial Probe Droid. First time it's defeated, revive all other defeated allies and recover 100% health and protection. Now that's interesting because he's going to be defeated. Like, the whole goal of him, you don't see him used very often though, right? So, yeah, whatever. IG-86, if you got IG-86 out there, whenever he critically hits, he gains damage immunity for 1 turn, 25% turn meter, and blinds the enemy if they were target locked against... I mean, that's good, but does anybody really have IG-86? Droidica. Now, this is what I want to look at. I'm going to look at these scoundrels here so I can use my brain on scoundrels. You know, it could be, we're looking at IG-80 is going to be impacted by the scoundrels. All your bounty hunters are scoundrels, so all those scoundrel impacts, I wasn't thinking about that. For Scoundrels, the first time you use a basic ability, reset their cooldowns, gain 100% turn meter. Boy, that would really get them going on that first time through the roster. And maybe you even have a Dash Rendar team for those Scoundrels. Okay, Imperial HK-47. Whenever it uses a basic ability, gain protection up and for 2 turns and 50% turn meter. That's pretty hot. Whenever he damages an enemy using a special ability, inflict fear for 1 turn. That is monstrous. So, previously, if you look at the Sith Empire team, Darth Revan is inflicting fear on everybody when he does his special on the leader. HK-47 has his AoE. No, he's only going to inflict fear on 1 enemy. But still, that's really nice. He's been taking a lot of turns with his basic. I was thinking he inflicted fear on everybody, so maybe it's nice, but not like super nice. IG-86 never whatever, dude. What's the IG-86 thing? This is just weird. Isn't this the same thing as before? Did I read that already? I can't. I skipped something. I skipped HK-47. Alright, effects for Droidica. Whenever he damages an enemy with a special ability, and the enemy doesn't have armor shred, inflict armor shred for the rest of the battle. Which is interesting because a lot of times he's just one-shotting people. Whenever he uses a basic ability and damages an enemy with armor shred, inflict expose for 2 turns, which can't be resisted, and gains protection up for 2 turns. Well, if you can keep that Droidica alive even longer, that could be real problems. Dr. Afra, the other droid ally turns, she takes a bonus turn and recovers 5% health and protection. So she's gonna be hard to kill. I really don't know much about her. I mean, just being honest, Hondo is the same way. I don't know much about him. Mob Enforcer. When using a basic, gain protection up. 2 turns, 50% turn meter. So you could pop her on your Jabba team, and maybe this would be nice. IG-88. Whenever it critically hits an enemy, gains damage immunity for 1 turn, which can't be copied. 25% turn meter, blind. So this is the same thing as IG-86. Which for IG-88, you really haven't been able to use him that much. But gaining damage immunity whenever he crits, which he's going to crit a lot. And turn meter, and blind. Your If you have this on your bounty hunters with IG-88, you might have something there. We'll have to test that out. Canderous Ordo. So Canderous, whenever he damages an enemy with a special ability, doesn't have armor shred, inflict. So the same thing as Droidica. And we know a lot of you guys love Candyman out there, so enjoy that. Grand Inquisitor, they're immune to fear and stun with every knowledge of okay. Effects for 7th Sister, she's immune to ability block. 8th Brother. I don't have these Inquisitors. For a lot of you guys like me, you can look at these Inquisitories, but the main characters impacted here for me and you and a lot of us are HK-47, Droidica, IG-88, and maybe Canderous Ordo will be the main characters for a lot of us that are impacted. For you guys with Inquisitorius, you got some stuff going on. There it is. There's your first look at Datacron Set 6. Hopefully you can get some and put them to good use. We'll be testing them out in our grand arenas and other things on the channel. Make sure to like and let me pop a like and subscribe here. Where is it? Here we go. Like and subscribe. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.